Hey everybody, thanks for joining me for another Wedding Tip Wednesday. Today I'm going to talk to you about something that I noticed a lot in 2022, but never really noticed in my years before 2022 in wedding videography. This is something that I hadn't really prepared for in years before because it had never been an issue, but in 2022 I kept noticing this, so I knew I had to make a Wedding Tip Wednesday on this topic. And that is, do not have dinner served while the toasts are happening. I realize that it's tricky because there's, everybody is trying to work the best that they possibly can to make the day, the wedding night, the wedding reception go as smoothly as possible. And you're thinking about your timeline. You don't want things to drag out too long. You're thinking about, well, people have just been at cocktail hour for a long time. I don't want them to be sitting and waiting for a long time until dinner. The DJ has their opinions on how the flow might work best. And then of course, here I am as a videographer giving you my input on how it should run. So there are pros and cons to this, but there were several weddings that I went to throughout 2022 where the dinners or like the salads were being served while toasts were happening. And this is why this is a problem from the wedding videographer perspective. The clanking dishes, the plates being set down on the table, the forks and knives on the plates while people are eating, all of that is going to be picked up in your audio. And it's really hard to be able to take that out. I do hook up lapel mics to the people who are giving toasts. I plug into the DJ system. I even put a little mini microphone on the microphone that the people hold. But all of those microphones are going to pick up the ambient sound, the ambient sound of everything happening in the reception room. The other thing is that guests are not quite as focused on the toasts as they're happening if they're eating dinner. Just imagine you're sitting here, you can listen while you're eating, but there may be some other conversation going on at their table and they're just not quite as focused on the toasts. So yes, it does take a little longer. You can't really have two things happening at one time, while eating and giving toasts. But I guess you just need to think about, how important it is for you to be able to hear your toasts in your video. And like for me personally, capturing those toasts and the speeches at the wedding, that's like my favorite part to be able to include into the wedding and to have people get those edited after the wedding. I think those are the most precious and valuable things to look back on. So for me, from my videographer perspective, those are things I really want to have high quality video for. Thanks for tuning in today. Bye.